morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 4th annual Home Aid Inland Empire Champions Breakfast. 'Cause hey, it's breakfast time somewhere. Today we're excited to highlight our achievements and celebrate our champions. And now, for the moment you've waited all 2020 for. Ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands watching across the internet, please welcome Executive Director for Home Aid Inland Empire, Julie Ray!
It continues to be both an honor and a privilege to serve as Executive Director for Home Aid Inland Empire. There have been many challenges along the way, but also many rewarding moments that remind us why we do this work, which for me has given purpose to life these last few years, rather than allow a family tragedy to destroy it. From renovations of a house where women and children can rebuild their lives, and a new roof on a men's shelter, to thousands of baby diapers and wipes for those service providers sheltering infants and toddlers, to providing back-to-school supplies and gift cards for clothing, and our new Seats and Feet drive providing much-needed underwear and socks to refresh our neighbors experiencing homelessness. Fundraisers like the exciting Trap Shoot with its spirited competitors and Wild Annie Oakley Shootout, and the annual Project Playhouse Pet Edition, exhibiting a record 21 fantastic dog houses this year, which by the time we draw the raffle winners, we're completely exhausted, but we're already hearing whispers of ideas for next year's creative pet houses. There's most definitely a competitive atmosphere among Lennar associates who contributed their talents to construct 17 of those amazing dog houses for us this year. Despite many new obstacles, we continued working with Project Touch, providing material donations or discounts tied to cash grants for their shelter renovations, including a new roof at their men's shelter in Lake Elsinore. We provided discounts through GE for appliances the Foothill AIDS Project needed for apartment upgrades to better serve their San Bernardino clients in need of housing. With a new board member in the role of builder captain, we successfully renovated Operation Grace's women's shelter in San Bernardino at no cost to the agency. As this board member, who I will talk more about later, called on many trade partners and associates for assistance, he was touched by the extent of their willingness to go above and beyond for this worthy project. Combined with a $15,000 grant from Wells Fargo, the generosity of these trade partners made it possible to complete this worthy project at no cost to the service provider. Home Aid Inland Empire now has a resume of working on 50 housing projects, including 1,212 shelter beds that have been added or preserved since 1990. Currently, we have 5 projects in various stages of progress that will add another 126 beds to the region's continuum of care when complete. But this would not be possible without the outstanding financial and volunteer support we receive from many of you, and most certainly not without the outstanding contributions from 3 champions we are honoring today. Our first champion honoree is Contractors in Collaboration, also known as CNC. They're an alliance of 9 subcontractors who have joined forces to provide builders with a unique opportunity in processes. They consist of 2020 Plumbing, DePino Roofing, Hardwood Creations, J-Holt Plastering, Schomburg Electric, Soltis Landscape, Cornerstone Concrete, Royal West Drywall, and United Production Framing. Since 2014, Home Aid has been a beneficiary of this group's annual Builder Appreciation Golf Tournament. Proceeds are split between the Orange County and Inland Empire chapters, and over the course of the past 6 years, Inland Empire has received donations totaling $95,000. Their support has substantially impacted our ability to continue the mission of Home Aid in this region, and for that we are deeply grateful. Representing the CNC Alliance today is Mike Mahoney of 2020 Plumbing. Please come on up and accept this award for Corporate Donor Champion.
Thank you very much. Contractors in Collaboration is 9 different subcontractors that want to give back to the community, and we found a way by doing it through the builders that support us all during the last year. And one of the things that we do during our fundraising is do a thank you or a builder appreciation golf tournament. This year, we were able to raise with all of our sponsors, our vendors and supply houses, extra funds which we were able to donate to HomeAid. And we were very excited to continue on for our 7th year in a row, and looking forward to an in-person golf tournament this next year in 2021. So on behalf of all of the contractors and collaboration companies, we want to thank HomeAid for this award, but most importantly, thank you for what you do for trying to end the homelessness problem we have here in California.
Our next champion honoree this morning is Lauren Hansen. As a longtime supporter, board member, and executive committee member of HomeAid Inland Empire, Lauren has always been dependable and without hesitation is always willing to offer support. He's been our treasurer for the past 4 years, offering his expertise as needed and providing necessary review of all financial aspects of our organization. In addition, he provides banners and signs whenever we need them through his company, Fusion Sign and Design. So Lauren, please come up and receive your award for Individual Leadership Champion.
Thank you, Julie. Much appreciated. I am honored and humbled to receive this award. It means so much to us to be a part of HomeAid. Fusion Sign and Design has been involved with HomeAid for over 10 years. It's our charity of choice. We're grateful to be a part of it. We're really excited to be a part of HomeAid and BIA, Building Industry Association, on how the two of those organizations can work together. Two of our passions, HomeAid with the BIA and building shelters. It's a great fit for us at Fusion to be involved in a way for us to give back. I'd like to thank a few people. I'd like to first and foremost thank HomeAid for what they've put together, the organization that they've put together over the years, they've built. It's incredible. It's been great to watch from ground up and what they've been able to do on a national level and being able to help so many people. It's just really rewarding to be a part of. I'm excited to do what we can do to do our small part. I'd also like to thank Ray Osborne. Ray got me involved with HomeAid over about 10 years ago. If anybody knows Ray, he's pretty persistent. After the 5th or 6th call, I finally gave in and said, okay, Ray, I'll come and help. And I thank Ray for pushing me so hard and getting involved. It's very rewarding, something that we're really happy to be involved with. I'd also like to thank Julie for what she's done with HomeAid Inland Empire and taking it to the next level and really building something that is sustainable, that can grow. Where we were back 10 years ago to where we are now, come a long way, and I think nowhere but up from here. So good job, Julie, and thank you. I'd also like to thank my business partner, Dave Hafter with Fusion Sign. Dave and I built a company that really encourages people to give back. Our employees, people that we work with, to be as charitable as possible. So part of our culture at Fusion is to really give back, get involved, and do what we can on a small level, big level, any way that you can. So thanks, Dave, for helping us take Fusion to that level. I'd also like to thank my mom. My mom was a champion in my eyes. She taught me how to be a champion, and I thank her all the time. So I want to dedicate this to my mom on teaching me how to be a champion. And to me, a champion, yeah, it could be a leader in your field, winning the Super Bowl, winning the World Series, you're a champion. But I think even more important than that, a true champion is helping others become champions. So if we can all go out there and help others to be champions, we'd have a world full of champions that help each other, and I think we can solve anything with that. So again, thank you. I'm very humbled and honored for this award, so thank you very much.
Now I would like to introduce Katie Stout, our Development Director, to share details of our final champion honoree this morning, Lennar's Inland Division team led by Todd Bourgeonon.
Today I have the pleasure in presenting our Community Leadership Champion Award. This award is given to leaders in recognition of their outstanding commitment to the community and their inspired leadership. That definition stands true for the recipient of this award. When asking Todd to help with our different events or community outreach efforts, he not only commits himself, but goes above and beyond, inspiring his entire team from the Lennar Inland Division to rally behind the cause. This year alone, thanks to Todd, his team, their helping hands, and their voices, we were able to renovate and provide a haven for women to have shelter at no cost to the service provider. We were able to collect over 235,000 baby care items for our Essentials for Young Lives drive. And during the holidays, deliver much needed pantry items and turkeys to local shelters. From concrete to roofs, diapers to frozen turkeys, Todd and his team take on a challenge and will meet or exceed the goal. Todd, please come up and receive the award for Community Leadership Champion.
Thank you so much, Katie. That's great. So, on behalf of everybody at Lennar, first we'd like to thank all the frontline care providers out there that we helped out. You know, they're the ones really doing a lot of the heavy lifting. We're just here to help them, but really, really proud of my team this year. Tony Anderson, Jack Porter stepped up big with all their team. We couldn't have done it without our trade partners helping out as well. Just a really great year, accomplished a lot, and we're looking to do even more in 2021. So thank you very much for this award on behalf of everybody at Lennar. Thank you.
Thank you again to our champions and to all of you who continue to support Homemade Inland Empire and our mission to end homelessness in our communities. Each year, we track our board members' progress with points awarded in several categories: board member attendance, committee engagement, community outreach donations, event attendance, personal donations, corporate partnerships, event sponsorships, grant funds generated. The board member who racks up the most points prior to this Champions Breakfast would be announced here and given an award. This year, one member quickly stood out. Some may say he has an advantage because of his role at Lennar, and that may be true, but I saw from the start his competitive spirit shine through, as during our first conversation about joining the board, he already wanted to know what it would take to exceed any results of his Lennar predecessor. Before long, he had sponsors and registrants lined up for the trap shoot. Then he started recruiting his team to build pet houses and obtain more sponsors in order to reach our budgeted goals for these fundraisers. His enthusiasm and unending support continued throughout the year, while his points continued to increase in all the areas mentioned, with an unprecedented total of 185. In addition, he successfully fulfilled the role of builder captain for the Operation Grace Women's Shelter, bringing over $60,000 of in-kind donations and discounts to complete the project at no cost to the agency. It is no exaggeration to say we couldn't have done it without you. Tony Anderson, please come to the podium and accept your award for 2020 Board Member of the Year.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys giving me this award, and I really do enjoy being on the team, and I'm definitely thankful for all the trade partners that helped me out, and Lennar especially, because you know it's so important to give back to the community, and it's something we celebrate. So I'll take this back to Lennar and share it with the entire team. Thank you.
So just to really spice up the competitive nature of our board members, we designed a new team challenge this year. Our members were divided into 4 inspirational teams: Dream, Focus, Success, and Vision. Each team consisted of 4 board members plus 1 or 2 board affiliates. Their challenge was to see which team would raise the most funds to reach and exceed our budgeted goals. At first, it looked a bit lopsided, as certain board members were in positions to bring in larger grants or sponsorships, increasing their totals quickly. But as the year progressed, we found a real challenge was heating up. In the end, Team Focus was able to maintain their lead, followed closely by the Dream Team, with Vision Team just a few dollars behind. The ultimate winner, of course, is the mission of Homemade IE, as funds raised were all part of our programs, continuing the work we do on behalf of improving the lives of those in need. I know there are many of you watching that have supported Homemade IE this past year with sponsorships, donations of materials, and volunteers. We are deeply grateful to each one of you as a truly vital piece of our success. I want to give a special thanks to Dave Reynolds of Boudreaux Pipeline for his unwavering service and guidance as our president for 2019 and 2020, and to our board of directors for their leadership and support throughout the year. Now I'm sure Dave is happy to be passing the gavel to Brian King of Lennar's Inland Division as Homemade Inland Empire's president for 2021. Brian could not be with us today, so I will share an overview of Homemade Inland Empire's 2021 mission and goals for him, such as our housing development projects, the renovations of a senior recuperative care house in San Bernardino, an emergency shelter for men, apartments for seniors in Cathedral City, a men's shelter in Lake Elsinore, site work for new construction of cottages for seniors and emancipated youth at Crest Community Church in Riverside. For anyone interested in providing support to these projects, please let me know. You can also get involved by supporting our annual fundraisers, our Trap Shoot coming up in April, our Project Playhouse Pet Edition to be held in October, and our community outreach efforts, Essentials for Young Lives Baby Care Item Collection campaign in May and June, our Full Bellies Warm Hearts for Back to School Supplies drive in July, our Seats and Feet Underwear and Socks drive in November. And Katie, will you please come back to the podium and share the exciting details of our newest program with us?
Our newest program is known as Homemade Works, a training program designed to reduce barriers to entry-level employment in the construction field. Comprised of online and in-person classes, Works will provide students the fundamentals in construction. In collaboration with workforce centers and builder trainers, Works will be paired with career readiness training to further support a student's path toward success in employment. Interested in being a helping hand in this program? Please reach out to me today for more details.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for watching today. On behalf of the thousands of women, men, children, and veterans across the Inland Empire who have found their way home thanks to the help and service of this organization, we sincerely thank you for all of your support. For those in our community who still need your help to find their way home, we ask that you please support Homemade Inland Empire by visiting homeaidie.org to donate, find upcoming volunteer opportunities, and share our message with your friends and family. Thank you, and be well in a prosperous 2021.